So it's a chilly one. Those temperatures are dropping 35 right now in Hamilton. And again, it's going to be melting on contact. Take a look at visibility. This has also been an issue. 2.5 mile visibility here in Birmingham, but a different story up towards Winston, Marion County, where you're down to a half a mile. So it's hard to see out there. And you can see the radar at times trying to detect that snow that's been coming down up towards, say, Piedmont, for example. We were 10 miles to the southwest of Aliceville. And what ended up happening is we knew the rotation was going to be coming. And Anthony's going to pan over there, and we saw the rope tornado started to form, and boy, that really just blew up into a very large tornado that crossed right back behind there, back behind that gentleman's house who just approached our vehicle right now. Yeah, we stepped outside for a second, and boy, it is breezy and very mild, muggy. You can tell that the air is right for potential severe storms, and that's what's going to be feeding into those storms. It kind of sucks it right in. We are keeping a very close eye on northwest Alabama. In this zone, this is all rain. You get a little bit farther to the north. It's starting to transition a little bit over to maybe a little bit of brief sleet or freezing rain. So that's what we're expecting. El Nino is certainly to blame for this active pattern. And even though the very warm Pacific waters are some hundreds of miles away, it has very far-reaching effects on the weather pattern, even here in Alabama. And you can get an idea of what's inside of this building. It looks like some fire extinguishers. I see a tire deep in there. I mean, look at the siding just ripped down. You can see the temperature out towards Calhoun County into Anniston, 38 degrees, and this bright color you're seeing on radar is detecting that icy precipitation aloft, which some of it is reaching the ground, thankfully not causing an issue on the ground, melting as soon as it hits. But we have low 40s, some upper 30s, then some 50s with even some thunderstorms down to the south. So a little variety out there, kind of letting us know that, winter isn't over and spring is, knocking on the doorstep. And we've been tracking this storm coming out of Chilton County. Could produce some pea-sized hail, some gusty winds as it enters Tallapoosa County over towards Alexander City. Heavy rainfall, that's the biggest concern. And again, you can see the radar at times trying to detect that snow that's been coming down up towards, say, Piedmont, for example. We've even seen some reports as far west as, Hoover, as some sleet had been reported earlier. But these showers and storms continue to press eastward. Heavy rainfall that will wrap up later today. But here are some of the pictures and videos sent in. This was the snow not too long ago occurring in Piedmont. This is submitted through the First Alert weather app. Also seeing that mixed precipitation according to Christy Rogers up in Hoax Bluffs, and even down towards Pell City we had a little sleet on that deck there. So you can continue to submit your weather pictures and videos. We'd love to see it. So again, showers and storms off and on the rest of today. It's going to be a cool day, barely getting to 50, but that rain is out of here by this evening. We're talking about a really nice weekend ahead. I'll have that forecast for you in 15 minutes. And as we take a look at visibility, this has also been an issue. 2.5 mile visibility here in Birmingham, but a different story up towards Winston, Marion County, where you're down to a half a mile. So it's hard to see out there. And here's some verification of that. Hamilton, 47 right now, and it is very foggy. It's hard to see out in the distance. Dew point around 43. East wind at 5 miles per hour. At Haleyville, we got a few little drizzle showers up there, 43 degrees, and it looks like those temperatures will be slow to warm as we head through the afternoon. I think we'll get into the low 50s by about 4 o'clock and then hang out in the low 50s, if not warm, after midnight, as the warmer springer side of this system starts to build in. And we'll start to see the rain increasing, not only in coverage but intensity, as we head late into the evening and especially the overnight hours. As we take a look at the big picture, you see we've got just some showers locally, heavier rain back to the west. This system has a wintry side that's starting to develop across portions of Kansas. Down to the south, we got the spring side with already some tornado warnings across far east Texas. That area will be shifting eastward overnight, and this will be the zone as we head into the overnight hours where the greatest chance for maybe a few isolated tornadoes or strong wind gusts will be possible. That does include areas far southwest across the state of Alabama. In the yellow, your chance is still up there a little bit, up towards Greene County for a strong or severe thunderstorm, and then it really drops off as you go north and east. Again, this is tonight into tomorrow morning. Just have your weather radio ready to rock and roll just in case. All right, let's walk you through the forecast hour by hour. We got a lot to talk about. Some showers popping up, 50s as we head through the afternoon. This evening, it becomes very wet west to east as we go overnight into the evening and overnight hours. Tomorrow morning, still some heavy showers and storms. Then that little batch exits. We get some showers developing, all liquid, as we head into Friday morning. So a wet commute, not an icy one. And as we head towards the lunchtime, it's still on the warm side. Things start to change, though, after lunch. Northwest, we start to see that cooler air wrapping in, some snow showers. Now, the main precipitation type northwest. We get into the evening hours, that shifts eastward with time, and we'll see some wraparound snow showers. After dark, that's when things could get a little slick in some spots with light accumulation possible, even into the early morning hours on Saturday, especially east. So, first alert for not only the storms, and then the wintry side of it. I think we'll have just wet roadways tomorrow. Daytime slick spots, not going to be an issue. Nighttime, we start to see a few slick spots spiking, and light accumulation is possible. We're talking maybe a dusting up to an inch, those elevated surfaces, the car tops, things like that. Some of the higher terrain, Mount Cheaha, Lookout Mountain could maybe get up to an inch, and we'll have to watch this little area for that coating as we head into the early morning hours on Saturday. So all in all, it looks like a two-sided system. First the spring side as we get into tonight, and then tomorrow we'll see that wraparound changeover and cooling temperatures, and then a cold day Saturday with improvements after that. Good morning, everyone. I'm WBRC First Alert meteorologist Jill Gilardi with an update on the wintry forecast. We've seen some flakes already flying in Hamilton. It has lit up a little bit, but just a second ago it looked like a pretty cool scene. And this is the perfect kind of setup when you get that snow, because it is too warm. It melts on contact, doesn't cause any problems on the roadways. The other thing you need to be mindful of is the wind. You can see those flags really blowing out there. So it's a chilly one. Those temperatures are dropping, 35 right now in Hamilton. And again, it's going to be melting on contact. As we take a look at the radar zoomed in across Marion County, there's Hamilton. The radar trying to figure out what type of precipitation is falling. We've seen a little burst of some wet snowflakes there. As we widen out the view, this is the last little band that we're going to continue to track as we go through the rest of today. This will pinwheel across the state and produce some light snow. The big question is, will it really accumulate? And we're thinking it's going to have a tough time during the day, but as we go later into the evening hours, whatever's left may start to stick. So still have a winter weather advisory where you see all the counties in purple. Up to the north, that's where the big snow is. Up towards Nashville right now, they're under that winter storm warning. So if you're going to be heading in that direction northward today, you may want to reconsider because of the icy roadways. So again, temperatures, are watching these closely, still very warm and mild showers off to the east into the 50s. For example, Anniston, 45 in Birmingham, 39 in Jasper, and into the mid-30s as we know in Hamilton. So again, temperatures are cooling down from northwest to southeast, and we'll see that will transition from rain showers to some snow showers. So all in all, here's a look at the rough timeline as we go through the next several hours. Let's fast forward to lunchtime. Better chance for some wet snowflakes mixing in as far east as Haleyville, maybe Cullman and Fayette. As we look ahead towards 3:30, that changeover may be as far east as Gadsden to maybe Pell City, but notice that better chances north where it's a little bit colder than down to the south. As we head into the evening hours, that's when our better chance with whatever's left over for that changeover to all snow, and a little dusting will be a better chance of that happening once the sun sets. You don't have the daytime heating. Even though it's not sunny out, it's still having an effect, that sunlight up above the clouds. And as we get into the evening hours, of course, the temperatures will cool even further. Some wraparound snow showers possible through the midnight time frame, and then winding on down as we head into Saturday morning. You can see temperatures into the upper 20s. So a cold start to our weekend. And all in all, in terms of snow accumulation, this model gives us a rough idea that you're going to get that better chance up to the north along Highway 278 for a dusting. You get into the higher terrain, that's where that inch or two is possible. Same thing out towards, say, Mount Cheaha. You get into that higher terrain above 1,000, 2,000 feet, you may get over an inch or two. Otherwise, very little in the way of snow accumulation expected points southward. Dusting, maybe at best right now. So it looks like just be mindful this evening as temperatures drop. There could be some slick spots developing, and we'll keep you posted on this, top and bottoms of each hour. For now, we'll send it back to regular scheduled programming. Yeah, quite a scene earlier today. Right now, it is tough to see around us because power's been out. We've had the tornado touch down here, and right now I'm in McMullen, which is very close to Aliceville, and we want to show you video of that tornado as it developed right in front of us before our eyes. This was when we were just to the southwest of Aliceville off of Highway 17, and it didn't take very much after we kind of positioned ourselves in that warm, juicy air. It was a tornado-warned cell, and sure enough, the tornado quickly developed and became very large, almost stovepipe to almost a wedge. And then as we pan the camera, if I'm back up on camera, we can show you this building here is a storage building, completely flattened, and I mean there's just pieces of debris everywhere. Anthony Moore, our chief photographer, is going to pan down, and you can see, I mean, this piece of plywood here. We've got some shingle. Again, this is probably from the building. You know, we're talking about 50 yards away. Yeah, right now we see some very dark skies, low hanging clouds right now. That is, we're trying to get in a position so we can see if there's anything touching the ground. So my phone's going off crazy right now because it's saying we're in a tornado warned area. I see multiple different storm spotters outside right now. And if we switch sources real quick, we're going to go to the Mesodome camera so you can get a view of what we're seeing. So we've got very dark clouds. There's a couple spotters right there, one over there. And again, we're looking down to the southwest, still not getting a very good visual on this storm. We're seeing lots of lightning, so at this point it's too dangerous to be outside. We are facing what would be the circulation, and if there's going to be a tornado, we would get a pretty good visual on it here pretty soon. But for right now, we're just seeing some very dark clouds off in the distance and not getting a good view of it. Of course, you've got trees, things obstructing the way right now. So that is the way it's looking from inside the tracker. We're going to toss it back to you, JP.